Hey YouTube, how are you guys doing today? I am having a horrible day. It has been miserable. I've made like $120 in the last 8 hours. And not that, that is horrible. It's just not good. It's been a tough day. But you know what? That's gig work, guys. There's going to be a lot of tough days, and you got to decide, what am I going to do? If this is your sole income, this is when you start stressing right here. This is when you start really freaking out because you're like, Uber and Lyft ain't paying nothing. There's no promos on anything. Nobody's offering any bonuses. There's no incentives. I can't get blocks on Grubhub. It is bad. That's gig work. This is the reason why I started this channel. Because I knew it was going to be going to booty. And I knew it. I felt it. Here we go. 5 miles, $5 Wendys. If I was there, it wouldn't be so far. But we're going to decline that because we're not driving across town. But that's gig work, guys. Gig work is... It's a gamble. It's a gamble on what is going on. Yesterday, I had a lot of shop and delivers yesterday. You know where I was doing my shop and delivers at? CVS and Walgreens. People are getting sick. That might be the only shining light for this gig work. We might be all going to get supplies again because the big C might be coming back, right? Hopefully not. Hopefully not. I think it's just the flu. But there are a lot of people getting sick with something. But I am going to keep grinding. I'm going to keep working. I got a Grubhub block scheduled for tonight, starting in like 30 minutes. And the dinner rush is hopefully going to be here. It's Thursday night. It's a beautiful night. It's cool. It's crisp. I want to say it's in the 50s today. I've been having the windows down most of the day just because I like the fresh air and the cool air. But you guys tell me how's it going in your market. My market, it has been bad. But what you gonna do? Last year I leaned heavily on Uber and Lyft at this time of the year. I started doing a lot more nighttime. I remember this time kind of had me stressed out a little bit, so I started working later into the evening and doing more of the bar times and such. But I only did that for like 3 or 4 weeks last year because I was just like, I think the precipice of my nighttime driving was when a young lady puked in my car. I was like, that's it, I'm done. No more late nights. I'm done with these knuckleheads. But I'll tell you, it's tough right now, and it's going to get a lot more rough if the economy keeps going the way it's going. People look and see how much money delivery drivers can make, and then they're like, well, I'm not paying that much. I was talking with my brother this morning, and my goal at the beginning of the year was about 60,000 for the year. Right now I'm pressing like 52,000. I got 3 more months to go, so I should smash that unless everything goes to booty. I plan on taking some time off in December and enjoying some holidays. Chick-fil-A, no, too small. But it's crazy on how insanely good this was last year and how bad it is now. And I see there's not as many drivers as there were last year. Last year there was a lot of drivers, but there's a lot less orders too. Like, there's not a pandemic going on anymore, so you don't get a lot of those stay homes. And that was a big part of the design of the whole system. And I know none of you guys made it to my live except for like 3 of you on Tuesday night, but it was a good first live because I didn't know what I was doing, so I didn't I don't think I choked that bad during my first live, but we'll do another one here in the future. But I was talking on the live, and I was kind of talking about the life of a gig worker. And you know, it starts off with this right here. YouTubers talking about gig work. And back when I started, we talked about how great it was and how easy it was, or at least the YouTubers that were doing it before did. And that was the appeal that got me into it. But you kind of go through this area where you're a voyeur, you're a spectator, you're a fan, you're kind of watching all these YouTubers and gig tubers talk about the gig economy and Uber and Lyft, and you're like, maybe I should do this. Yeah, let me give this a chance. You know, I want to do it. And then you take the plunge, and you go from that observer to a novice or a beginning gig worker, and you keep watching more YouTube videos because you want to see more. Like, well, tell me the tips and the tricks, and how should I do this, and how does it work, and what's the best thing to do, and what's the worst thing to do. And you kind of get into this cycle, and then after a while you become a professional at it. You're full-time, you're doing it all the time, or you feel like you got it down. You could, you know, knock out a few hours in the evening, make 30, 40, 50 bucks in an hour, and you feel like, all right, I got this. Yeah, $3 for Outback Steakhouse. Yeah. But that's a prime example of how bad things are right now. $3 for a dinner from Outback Steakhouse. It's crazy. But after a while, you know, you get into that professional bracket where you feel like, all right, I know what I'm doing. You kind of, now you just watch YouTube videos as a professional to kind of say, hey, what's changing? What's the news? Let me keep in the zone of the updates to the apps and the way different apps are working, and you just want to stay informed. But then after a while, a lot of the professionals now have said, you know what? There's too many drivers, not enough orders. And you know, I don't think it's that there's too many drivers right now. I honestly think that there's just not enough orders. I don't think enough people are ordering anymore. And that's just, that's the economy right now, I think. Oh, Wendys, $2.75. I'll tell you guys, it is brutal right now. Just looking at these orders. And, you know, there was a time, not even like 5-6 months ago, where people were like, well, I'm going to tip more with the hope that my food will come faster. But that doesn't even happen anymore. Now it's, people just tip the bare minimum, and that's kind of what it is. And Shopco or Costco, a single shop 3 item going 10 miles for $16. That's 10 miles out there. Let's see where the 10 miles. Yeah, 10 miles out there and 10 miles back. 20 miles for 16 bucks. And that's a shop and deliver, you know. Lots of orders out here, but none of them of interest to me. $15 for 24 miles. That's it. It's just ugly order after ugly order, and that's Instacart and DoorDash. And you know, right now Spark is probably the best place to be still, but the last few days even Spark has slowed down and a lot of the orders dropped off, you know. And for me, like, I've only done 3 deliveries with Spark this week. I took Tuesday off, but it's just been no bueno, like everything out here, because Spark hasn't been giving any incentives except the early morning ones, and the early morning incentives just haven't been, you know, $5 extra to get out of bed early. It's getting dark, the sun don't even start coming up until like 7:30 now. So what is the point of getting up so early to get going? You know, I know a lot of friends that have walked, a lot of people that are quitting gig work, or at least just going to it part-time. You know, I'm fortunate. I'm retired. I'm in the position where I don't have to depend on this on a daily basis. But your thoughts, leave them below. Like, subscribe, hit you on the next one.